2 steps in, she paused, halfway across her living room, and realized the ache in her chest was actually a quiet question. What do I want next? Welcome to the Self-Care Cafe podcast. I'm your hostess, Pami Parker. Here at the cafe, we take a gentle pause from the busyness of life and gather around conversations that nourish the heart, the mind, and the spirit. My simple claim today: tiny, intentional walks are one of the fastest ways to steady your heart and find a next manageable step when life shifts. Yes, there's something about the doable size of 3 minutes that makes attention feel possible.
I'm so glad you're here. With me today is Maya Rivers, who's been guiding simple, practical walking practices for over a decade. Maya, welcome.
Thank you, Pani. It's a joy to be here. I teach walking practices everywhere, from parks to tiny apartment entryways, because the practice is less about distance and more about coming home to your body. Tell me, why does walking for only a few minutes change the way we feel and think? Walking brings movement into conversation with breath. That rhythm gives the nervous system a predictable pattern to settle around. And when the body calms even a little, our thoughts often become kinder and clearer. It's also a way to shift attention from a spinning story to direct experience.
But is 3 minutes really enough? Isn't that almost trivial?
It can feel surprising, but 3 minutes gives enough rhythm for breath and step to nudge the nervous system. Imagine placing a hand on a trembling shoulder. It's a small contact, but it changes the whole tone. Those tiny signals can shift what you notice next. That image helps. Could you share a real example of this in someone's life? One woman I worked with had been caregiving for 5 years. On the 3rd morning after the family shift, she took 3 steps across her living room and said, "My hands wanted color again." That tiny noticing, her hands, the wanting, was the hinge that led her to try a neighborhood art class. I love that line. My hands wanted color again. It carries sound and sight. Okay, listeners, if you have about 3 minutes, we're going to try a short home compass walk together. Find a safe, familiar stretch, outside or inside, or stay seated if that fits you better. Quick safety note: if you step outside, choose a well-lit, familiar route. Bring your phone and trust your instincts. Indoors, clear a small path or practice seated. Either way, the intention is what matters. Let's set a simple intention. Not to fix anything right now, but to notice. As you begin, we'll notice 3 gentle anchors: breath and body, the ground beneath your feet, and a single value or quality you'd like to bring forward. Soften your shoulders. Let your breath arrive where it wants. With each step, feel the weight shift from one foot to the next. If thoughts pull you away, simply come back to the sensation under your feet. Anchor 1. Breath and body. Notice one breath that feels like an arrival. Name it quietly, arriving. Let that breath be a gentle rhythm. Yes, feel where that breath lands. Chest, belly, collarbones, wherever it lands, let it be the pace for your steps. Anchor 2, the ground. Notice how the floor or earth supports each landing and lift. Stability and movement together. Let your feet tell you where the present is. Exactly. There's a give and take in each step. If anxiety rises, let the feet be your orienting point for a moment. Anchor 3, a single value or quality. Bring one word to mind: clarity, courage, tenderness, rest.
Say it softly as you step. Let it be a compass, not a command. As you walk, notice if a small image, a word, or a tiny next step shows up. It might be as small as a name to call or a page to read. Let that be enough for now. Take 2 steady breaths. Allow whatever stirred to collect in the body. If nothing appears, that's okay. Sometimes the practice simply softens us enough to see later. When you're ready, bring your attention back to the room or path and pause with your hands at your sides or in your lap. You just completed a home compass walk. If strong feelings arose, breathe into the body and consider sitting for a moment. If you feel overwhelmed, reach out to someone you trust or a local support line. If something small surfaced, a word, an image, a tiny step, hold it gently. You can jot it down, say it aloud, or simply notice how it feels in your body. Here are 3 quick prompts to deepen that noticing. What did I notice? What value showed up? What one small step could I try in the next 24 hours? A few practical adaptations. If walking isn't possible, do a seated version. Rock your pelvis, lift and press your toes, and imagine stepping. For very busy days, take 2 mindful breaths before you open a door or stand in line. Outdoors, choose familiar routes and trust your instincts. Consistency matters more than length. A tiny practice you return to becomes a reliable compass. Even on hard days, 3 mindful steps can remind you of your own inner direction. If you want the full pocket script, a printable 1-page guide with the seated variation and safety tips, head to the show page. There are also simple prompts you can pin by your door. Thank you, Maya. This felt quiet and practical. Listeners, if one small insight visited you during those steps, go to our show page to download the pocket script and a 1-page practice you can pin by your door. It's been my pleasure. Take care of yourself. And remember, small rituals give steady signals to the heart. Come as you are. Leave nourished. Thank you for listening.